There are two threats we need to alert you to as we go through the day today, as a cold front's going to be coming into the area. One, sunshine will get it into the upper 90s, feeling like 105 to 110 degrees. So we do have a heat advisory in effect. We're also tracking another round of potential strong storms for us here in eastern Carolina. As I mentioned, that heat will return. It'll again feel more like 105 to 110 degrees. The heat advisory is in effect from 11 o'clock until 6 o'clock this evening. All of eastern Carolina is under that. We're alerting you to the potential for the strong storms. Again, just like the last several days, damaging wind gusts, heavy downpours, frequent lightning associated with these storms. Not a whole lot of the ingredients have changed in the atmosphere, and as a result, we're going to see a repeat of what we saw yesterday, maybe a little bit more widespread. After that, the front kind of clears through the area. We do get into a more typical summertime pattern. Some isolated storms along the sea breeze front in the afternoon hours, and temperatures returning back to the mid-90s. So we stay above normal as far as the temperatures are concerned. This is the storms that rumbled through last night. Take a look, especially along the Highway 70 corridor from Kinston all the way down to Morehead City, seeing a half-inch or more of rainfall. Richland saw 2 of the rounds of storms, and as a result, more than an inch of rainfall yesterday. Now, we did also have some wind and hail and also some wind damage report here. Notice right around Winterville, around last evening, did have a tree that fell down onto a shed in the backyard as a result of that second line of storms working its way through the area, and also some wind gusts in excess of 60 to 80 miles an hour. And again, these are the same threats we need to alert you to as we go on through the day today. So as a result, we're going to keep our Storm Track 12 threat tracker in the high category. Not a whole lot has changed as far as the atmosphere is concerned. Still looking at the potential for heavy rains, gusty winds, damaging hail, and a lot of lightning. No doubt about that. The ingredients are still there in the atmosphere. Nothing more than an isolated storm tomorrow and Wednesday as we do watch this front move its way on through the area. But out ahead of it, full sunshine. After the storms moved off the coast this morning, we're not going to see the storms bubble until later this afternoon, probably 4, 5, 6 o'clock. That is going to get those temperatures up there into the upper 90s, feeling more like 105 to 110 degrees. Southwesterly wind still a little gusty. Now, we watch the wind switch around as we head overnight tonight, as the front does clear the area, dropping back into the low to mid 70s and talking about upper 70s at the beaches. Tomorrow may start off with a few clouds, especially south of the Kinston-New Bern Oriental line. And again, we're going to be seasonably hot, back up to near that 90-degree mark. Just slightly cooler, slightly less humidity around. Again, though, keeping the slim chance could see an isolated storm develop along the sea breeze front. Look at the radar here. You can see the 2 lines of storms that developed yesterday afternoon. There's the line number 1, and then the system kind of back-built, and we watched that secondary line move through around midnight or so. That is now pushed off the coast. This was all associated with the short wave that came through in the upper levels of the atmosphere at the jet stream level, and you can definitely see the flow. Notice how the clouds kind of stretch from Pierre up through Minneapolis, Chicago, and then kind of extrapolate that on down into eastern Carolina here. That outlines where the upper level ridge is located. And as this ridge kind of flexes back and forth, that's going to bring the chance for showers and thunderstorms our way over the next several days here. Also, we're tracking a cold front, which is basically from Buffalo back to Chicago right now, and that is going to be sagging southbound from the lakes as we head on through the day today, and by tonight, early tomorrow morning, be passing through us here in eastern Carolina. It's all associated with this trough that has dug itself out over the eastern portion of the United States. Now, look at this line right here. This is what we call the 588 height line, and this is where we can kind of really track these flow as far as these short waves are concerned. Again, remember what the satellite radar showed right around Chicago? That's where the showers and thunderstorms were. That's where they're going to be tailing down to us as we go on through the afternoon and evening hours here. Now, notice how the upper level ridge kind of reforms. It joins with the ridge that's been out over the western Atlantic, kind of reforms into Tennessee Valley here, so we get this ridge building back in here. That's why I'm not really anticipating a whole lot of thunderstorm action for tomorrow, Thursday, or even in through Friday. But you'll notice by the time we hit late Thursday going into Friday, we've already got another trough starting to dig its way in here. We kind of split the ridge, one going back out here into the Atlantic, the other one back out into the Central Plains. With this trough moving into the area here, that's going to force another cold front coming in for Saturday. Problem is, this trough isn't really digging all that much. It kind of comes glancing in and then lifts back out, because it's meeting resistance here out in the western Atlantic with this other western Atlantic ridge here. So it kind of glances, moves in, and then pops right back out. And as a result, we are going to keep the chance for showers and thunderstorms in the forecast again for Saturday afternoon. Until then, we are watching nothing but sunny skies for the day today. Now notice, future track shows line of storms developing in western Virginia headed in towards Rocky Mount, Raleigh, Durham, coming through around 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Eventually, say around dinner time, north and west of that Kenansville, the Kinston to Washington line, that's where the showers and thunderstorms will start to develop. We'll say into the sunset time period as we go through Richlands, New Bern, Hyde County, and then eventually making their way down towards the beaches as we head through midnight. It could be another line moving through in the early morning hours, not completely out of the question as the main front itself does surge on through. You'll notice we may start off with a few clouds early tomorrow morning and then quickly clear things out. Future track trying to pick up on something along the sea breeze front across western Carteret, Onslow, Pender County tomorrow. Can't completely rule it out, but I think the majority of us will remain on the dry side. That front does lift back to the north as we go into Thursday, with more heat coming back into the forecast here. Take a look as far as rainfall totals are concerned, though. You can definitely see that heavier band of showers and storms developing north and west and tracking southbound with another quarter to maybe an inch and a half of rain in any given spot, not completely out of the question. Again, mainly sunny for the day today. 3, 4, 5 o'clock north and west of Kenansville to Kinston to Washington. That's where the storms are going to start to developing. Nothing more than an isolated storm along the sea breeze front for tomorrow. And then we do watch for a repeat of the heat coming back in as we head in through Thursday and Friday with that next front coming in here just in time for the weekend.